Alright. What up, guys? Facebook Live here. First time in my 10 years of my rabbinic career, Facebook Live, and so bear with me if I'm not making the proper eye contact or if I'm a little cross-eyed. But I want to talk a little bit about what's going on tomorrow night and Sunday. So tomorrow night and Sunday is the Fast of Av, and we mourn the destruction of the temple, the first temple and the second temple. And the question is, what's up with that? The destruction of the temple was like 2,000 years ago. Why are we still mourning that destruction? Can we get past it? Is it even healthy to mourn for so long? Why, after 2,000 years, once a year, do we set aside a day to mourn the destruction of the temple? So that's the question. So in order to answer that question, I first want to talk a little bit about prayer. We all know what prayer is. We say to our friends and family, say a prayer for us, or our prayers and thoughts are with this person. So what's up with prayer? What's prayer? Prayer is something that comes from your center. When you pray, you're calling out from the center of who you are. It's the center of your being, of your essence. You guys ever been to Israel, right? Many of you have gone to the Western Wall, and you see people deep in prayer. And I've never seen this. Maybe you have, but I've never in all my years of people of going to the wall, seeing people with their hand on the wall, praying for their family, praying for their friends, in their deepest depths of who they are. You will never see a person in the midst of that go, click a selfie, because selfies don't exist in that realm. It has no place within you when you're calling out from your center of your essence of who you are. Now, Jerusalem is called Lev Haaretz. It's the heart. It's the center of the land. The temple which stood in Jerusalem is the center of Jerusalem, the place where God's presence rested. Now, what's a temple? A temple is a place of prayer and service. When God's presence was resting there at the highest level, we were able to connect our center to the center of the universe at that high level, at the highest level possible. We're connecting our center to the center of the universe. When the temple was destroyed and God's presence was removed, we were no longer able to connect our center to that center on that level. That's what we're mourning. That's what we're sad about. Now, that mourning inspires us to rebuild. Now, when we rebuild, I don't think the way to rebuild the temple is to start taking, stones and mortar and start building ourselves a temple. I don't think that's the route. How do we do it? How are we inspired to do it? It says in the Torah, in the Bible, there's a verse that says, "Va'asu li mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham," right? Build for me a mikdash, build to me a temple so that I may dwell in it. And the rabbis say that that's not just talking about the actual Beit HaMikdash, the actual temple. V'asu li mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham means that each and every one of us have the ability to build our own individual mikdash by tweaking ourselves, by making ourselves better, by growing as a person and an individual. We open ourselves up and become a vessel where God can rest His presence within each and every one of us. That's how we rebuild on a micro level. If everyone rebuilds on that micro level, that's how the macro is rebuilt as well. When we rebuild as individuals, all of us together, that's how eventually the macro is rebuilt, and that is going to be the time when hopefully we'll stop mourning for the temple and start celebrating the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. So, Shabbat Shalom, peace out, have a good Shabbat.